Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video again. I know it's been a while since I made one, but I was hoping to make one last week, but I just never got around to it. So last Wednesday was actually my birthday. I turned 23. Never thought I'd make it this far, honestly, because of how much I've been struggling, but honestly, like how far I've come in the last few years is pretty good because I did not expect to get this far. And now I'm actually doing a lot of new things with my life. I'm trying to start my own business and work through that. And I'm also trying to do a bunch of other things. Like, I'm actually starting a job program. It's a 6-month program. And it's called Melly's. It's like a cafe, and they help do a 6-month job training program for people with special needs. And when you finish the program, if you do well enough, you can apply to like a bunch of the different branches that they have, and a bunch of other stores that work with them, like Cobb's Bread works with them, and a bunch of other stores too. And they do hire people to finish the program. So if you can't tell, I do sound a little bit sick because I've been sick a little bit. No, it's funny, I got sick over Christmas, and then I got sick again over my birthday. Haven't really had the luck of the draw. But, and the thing is that back like a few years ago, me getting sick over Christmas and over my birthday, I would have seen it as a bad thing. I would have seen it as like the universe hating me, but now I can actually laugh about it. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I got sick over Christmas because I didn't have to go to Christmas dinner. I was happy about that I didn't have to go to my aunt's house for Christmas dinner. Because that's hard enough for me. Because last year when I had to, or 2024 when I had to go, it was really hard. And it threw off my whole Christmas break. Like, I was on edge and anxious the entire Christmas break. So I'm definitely glad I didn't have to go this year. Or 2025. But, I'm trying to think of what else I've been up to lately. I have a bunch of other people at my camp that I really like because I go to a camp on Tuesdays and I'm working with those people on my business stuff. Because there are a lot of mentors there to help me. And there's this one guy that I really like. He's one of the new mentors and I really like him. I don't even know why I like him so much. I felt drawn to him since he first started, and there have been new mentors that I've started like before him that I wasn't like that eager to get to know and like to want to hang out with, but I really like him. And a lot of other things that I'm also hoping to make more videos more often. Like, that's another thing that my mentors at my camp have been helping me with. That's why I haven't been posting as much, because I haven't really had the motivation to do it. But now that the owner of my camp, of the camp that I go to, the owner of the camp, Marianne, she's helping me figure out more, like, so we're kind of putting my business on the back burner for right now and focusing on like YouTube and like what I want to post and stuff. So we are going to be trying to so I am actually going to be putting in an effort to doing this now, and I'm going to be doing that over the next few Tuesdays. And initially I thought in order to do Melly's that I had to stop doing Noah's Ark. But I'm lucky that I don't have to do that. That was just a mistake that the person made. So I don't have to stop doing Noah's Ark, and I'm very happy about that. Noah's Ark's a very nice place because, I've been going there since I was 7. And if I'm being honest, I started to fall out of love with it in like late 2019-ish is when I started going to the Out of the Box program, which it's different from their summer program. So their Out of the Box program is basically starts like a week after school starts and then ends the last week of June. And it goes all the way through the Canadian school year, which is different than the American school year. Canadian school year is September to June. So Canadian school year is September to June. And so I'm very I'm very happy that I get to be. So when I first started going to their out of the box program, and I did go there in 2018, like in late 2017 and early 2018, early to mid 2018. And I loved it there, and I went there 3 days a week. But that was only because I could afford it, because the school board was actually paying for me to go because I wasn't in school at the time. And so unfortunately, it is very expensive, and it has to be because they actually were able to get labeled an essential service during COVID because their services that they give is so unique that they were able to stay open during COVID because their services that they give is so unique. And so it has to be expensive, unfortunately. But basically, you go with the out of the box program, instead of going for the full week, you go for however many days you pay for. So I pay to go on Tuesdays. And you pay monthly. So you pay for I pay for 4 days a month. Or sometimes it might be 5, some days it might be 3, depending on what days you go on. If you go on a Friday or a Monday, you might get one less, you might get one less depending on if there's a holiday. But I go on Tuesdays, so I don't really have to worry about that. But, in 2019, when I started going there, I was starting to fall out of love with it, and I would attend one of the weeks that I would pay for and then miss 2 weeks, and then attend one and miss 2, but I am very happy with where I am right now with the camp, and I'm lucky that I was placed with the right people, and I haven't missed a single week since September of 2024. So I've gotten very lucky with something happened to, and it was 2024 was definitely my year in terms of getting back on track with my love for Noah's Ark and for other stuff as well. Just my love for life in general definitely really started in 2024. I've still been struggling. I'm not gonna say that I wasn't struggling back then, because I was. I still had a couple suicide attempts. My most recent one, though, was over a year ago. It was March 5th, 2025. So in an entire year, fingers crossed it stays that way. In over a year, I haven't had a single one. So I've been doing very well, despite the fact that I have been struggling a little bit early on in this year. But luckily I've been having a lot of good things happen, and I'm hoping that that will help with my motivation, especially now that I'm gonna have help in doing this. So now I'm actually gonna be having Marianne help me out along with some other people, because Marianne's trying to encourage me to do this, because that's actually how she got started, was through education. Because I don't know if I should be sharing her story here, but Marianne was an immigrant from Holland. So when she came to Canada, she didn't know a single word of English. And her nickname in school was Stupid Cheesehead, because in Holland they're known for their cheese. So, she knows what it's like to be misunderstood for something that is completely out of your control. And she knows what it's like to be mocked for, being maybe learning a bit slower. Because she learned a bit slower because she wasn't used to our culture. So she still struggles with spelling sometimes, which I do too, and we can relate in that way. But that's why she started in education, because she wanted to give people that educational setting that she never had. Because when she became a school principal, she never allowed any bullying to happen in her school. Any school that she was a principal at, she stopped bullying out the second she was made aware of it. And that's what I like about her, is that she can understand what it's like, so she knows how to handle it better. And she realized early on in starting Noah's Ark that she couldn't balance being a principal and doing Noah's Ark at the same time. It was too hard. So her options were either quit being a teacher and fully invest into Noah's Ark, or sell Nova's Ark and get out, which it's her home, right? Because she runs Nova's Ark out of her home. So her options were either quit teaching and fully invest in Nova's Ark or sell it and get out, and she couldn't do that. So she decided to give up her first passion of teaching and fully invest all her time into Nova's Ark, which honestly was a very brave step because a lot of people struggle with that decision making, especially when it's a life-changing decision, because there were a million reasons it could have gone wrong. There were a million reasons it may not have worked out. But it did, so, and I'm very glad it did, because I wouldn't have the happy place that I have now if it wasn't for her making that decision. So, that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about right now. But I am hopefully going to be posting a little bit more now that I actually have some motivation to do so, and now that I have help on guiding me on what to do. I'm hopefully going to be able to actually invest more time into this. Because that's what I've been struggling with, is finding the motivation and the time. But hopefully I'm going to be able to do that now because I'm going to have help along the way, so I'm going to end it there, but I am going to leave it at, if any of you, are struggling, thinking that you'll never amount to anything, or if anyone ever told you that you wouldn't amount to anything, that doesn't mean that you won't, because I believed I would never amount to anything, and I always believed that I couldn't do things that other people could do because I was autistic, but now I'm starting to have a lot of good things happen for me, so just know that if things are hard now, that doesn't mean they're going to be hard forever. They do get better. And then you're going to struggle sometimes too. That doesn't mean that they're going to get better forever and never get bad again. You just have to take it one day at a time.